Good evening. It means much when we gather again as community here around the foot of the cross. And so I welcome you as we continue this journey with Christ. Today is one of the gray areas of the Christian year. A day when the lights are dimmed and the sky feels overcast, even if it isn't. A day when theologians and poets feel as if a heavy veil is drawn over heart and mind. An explicitly sad day. We resist the gray areas. Prefer to see everything in black and white, look for the cloudless, sunny skies, try not to read between the lines, throw a little bright color or two to try to enliven the scene. In the gray light of the early morning, after a night in the high court and denial by one of his own circle, Jesus found himself at the gates of the reluctant Pilate, who promptly tried to hand him over back to the Jews. And though the sun rose that morning, the whole world turned gray for one who found himself without friend or helper. Faced with drinking a cup he prayed would be turned away from him, knowing that life was about to be drained out of him. We are invited to accompany Jesus through this gray day, to be witnesses to his suffering, to keep silence before his cry of declaration. In our imaginations, let us trudge through Jerusalem until we come to the place of the cross, and then let us not turn our faces away. In this gray day lies all the sorrows and the failings of humanity that strives for high success, yet comes up against human limitations and falls to the ground in despair. Here is a day marked by the brokenness of the world, but is not a day to wallow in misery or to indulge in morbid thoughts about the crucifixion. It is simply a somber day, a dignified day, when we remember how it was for Jesus, and we find at the foot of the cross a place to lay down ours and the world's sorrow. On gray days, it is hard to see clearly, difficult to understand things that aren't clear. Yet all we are asked to do today is to be present to the sacred story as it is retold, and to be mysterious and wondrous transaction that takes place this day and is still taking place this day. So on this gray day, I invite us, as we are able, to stand and responsively join in to our invitation to the evening.
Tonight, we return to remember the love and sacrifice of Jesus.
We come to contemplate what it means to have faith amid the horrors of Christ's suffering.
We come to share a story of betrayal and execution.
As night surrounds us, we bring our fearful and broken hearts and reflect on the tragedy of this day by embracing the darkness.
Let us join together in our evening prayer. Lord, at times it causes us to tremble when we consider the sorrow, pain, and suffering you so freely took upon yourself for us. As we follow you to the cross, we can't help but ask why this horrible thing must happen. How is it that the shouts of Hosanna have so quickly turned to the shouts of crucify him? But deep down we know whose sin causes your death. It is our sin, our restlessness, and our rejection that brought you to Calvary. Lord, we humbly pray for your forgiving love. Amen.
They went to a place called Gethsemane, and Jesus said to his disciples,
"Sit here while I pray."
He took Peter, James, and John along with him, and he began to be deeply distressed and troubled.
"My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death."
He said to them,
"Stay here and keep watch."
Going a little farther, he fell to the ground and prayed that, if possible, the hour might pass from him.
"Abba, Father,"
He said,
"everything is possible for you. Take this cup from me, yet not what I will, but your will be done."
Then he returned to his disciples and found them sleeping.
"Simon,"
He said to Peter,
"are you asleep? Could you not keep watch for 1 hour? Watch and pray, so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the body is weak."
Once more he went away and prayed the same thing. When he came back, he again found them sleeping because their eyes were heavy. They did not know what to say to him. Returning the third time, he said to them,
"Are you still sleeping and resting? Enough, the hour has come." Look, the Son of God is betrayed into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us go. Here comes my betrayer.
While Jesus was still speaking, Judas, one of the 12, arrived. And with him there was a crowd with swords and clubs from the chief priests and scribes and the elders. Now the betrayer had given them a sign saying, "The one I kiss is the man. Arrest him and lead him away under guard." So when he came, he went up to him at once and said, "Rabbi," and kissed him. Then he laid hands on him and arrested him. But one of those who stood near drew his sword and struck the slave of the high priest, cutting off his ear. Then Jesus said to them, "Have you come out with swords and clubs to arrest me as though I were a rebel? Day after day I was with you in the temple, teaching, and you did not arrest me. but let the scriptures be fulfilled. And then all of them deserted him and fled.
They took Jesus to the high priest, and all the chief priests, the elders, and the scribes were assembled. Peter had followed him at a distance, right into the courtyard of the high priest, and he was sitting with the guards, warming himself at the fire. Now the chief priests and the whole council were looking for testimony against Jesus to put him to death, but they found none. For many gave false testimony against him, and their testimony did not agree. Some stood up and gave false testimony against him, saying, "We heard him say, 'I will destroy this temple that is made with hands, and in 3 days I will build another, not made with hands.'" But even on this point, their testimony did not agree. Then the high priest stood up before them and asked Jesus, "Have you no answer? What is it that they testify against you?" But he was silent and did not answer. Again, the high priest asked him, "Are you the Messiah, the Son of the Blessed One?" Jesus said, "I am. And you will see the Son of Man seated at the right hand of the power and coming with clouds of heaven." Then the high priest tore his clothes and said, "Why do we still need witnesses? You have heard his blasphemy. What is your decision?" All of them condemned him as deserving death. Some began to spit on him, to blindfold him, and to strike him, saying to him, "Prophesy." The guards also took him and beat him.
while Peter was below in the courtyard, one of the female servants of the high priest came by. When she saw Peter warming himself, she stared at him and said, "You also were with Jesus, the man from Nazareth." But Peter denied it, saying, "I do not know or understand what you are talking about." And he went out into the forecourt. Then the cock crowed, and the female servant, on seeing him, began again to say to the bystanders, "This is one of them." But again he denied it. Then after a little while, the bystanders again said to Peter, "Certainly you are one of them. You are a Galilean, and you talk like one." But he again began to curse, and he swore an oath, "I do not know this man you are talking about." At that moment, the cock crowed for the second time. Then Peter remembered that Jesus had said to him, "Before the cock crows twice, you will deny me 3 times." He broke down and wept.
As soon as it was morning, the chief priests held a consultation with the elders and scribes and the whole council. They bound Jesus, led him away, and handed him over to Pilate. Pilate asked him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" He answered him, "You say so." Then the chief priests accused him of many things. Pilate asked him again, "Have you no answer? See how many charges they bring against you." But Jesus made no further reply, so that Pilate was amazed. Now, at the festival, he used to release a prisoner for them, anyone for whom they asked. Now a man called Barabbas was in prison with the insurrectionists who had committed murder during the insurrection. So the crowd came and began to ask Pilate to do for them according to the custom. Then he answered them, "Do you want me to release for you the king of the Jews?" For he realized that it was out of jealousy that the chief priests handed him over. But the chief priests stirred up the crowd to have him release Barabbas for them instead. Pilate spoke to them again. Then what do you wish me to do with the man you call the King of the Jews? They shouted back, crucify him. Pilate asked them, why? What evil has he done? But they shouted all the more, crucify him. So Pilate, wishing to satisfy the crowd, released Barabbas for them. And after flogging Jesus, he handed him over to be crucified.
Jesus, arrested, judged, found guilty, and condemned to die, is held captive overnight. If I were arrested and held this night, what would I be found guilty of? That I made friends with people, irrespective of their color, creed, or class? That I shared my bread with the poor? That my words and actions brought healing and forgiveness? That I sought the truth and then spoke of it? That I recognized my neighbor and loved them as my very self? That I met God along the way in the healing and the forgiveness I received? That I accepted hospitality at many different tables? That I was changed by the lives of others, and often repented my arrogance and foolishness in encountering their wisdom? That friends and strangers sometimes paid the price for me? That I never sought out suffering, but journeyed with it to the best of my ability? That the love of those about me taught me to love myself before God? You call us out of brokenness to mend and to remake your creation. Grant us the courage to stay with all those who are held captive this night. In your precious name, amen. Then the soldiers led him into the courtyard of the palace, and they called together the whole cohort, and they clothed him in a purple cloak. And after twisting some thorns into a crown, they put it on him. And they began saluting him, "Hail, King of the Jews!" They struck his head with a reed, spat on him, and knelt down in homage to him. And after mocking him, they stripped him of the purple cloak and put his own clothes on him. Then they led him out to be crucified.
stopped for me this morning. In truth, I had only just begun to live. Now they've taken him and my life with him. He gave me life. Before I knew him, I was dead. My existence was defined by pain, misery, sin. He touched me and brought me to life. Now I am defined by him. His touch, his words, his love. Now they've arrested him.
3 years. 3 wasted years. How could I have been such a fool? Life was good. I had a family. Andrew and I were making a good living. I left it all. Now it's gone. Why? What am I supposed to do now? Somebody tell me.
I'm just a soldier, a simple man. Orders, commands, fighting, marching. This is my life. I've been a good son to the empire. And how am I rewarded? Posted to this desolate rock on a road to nowhere. I command 100 men. I train fighters. Whom did I offend to be given execution detail? Report to the praetorium, they say. From whom do these orders come? That's what I'd like to know.
Even after the arrest, there was still a glimmer of hope. He's innocent, I wanted to shout. You have the wrong man. How can anyone believe that my master, gentle master, is guilty of anything? But when I saw they were taking him, all hope died, and my spirit began to die with it.
The high priest's house. I know it well. It's a tomb housing the bones of dead and decaying men. Another disciple and I stand in the courtyard. We strain to hear even a word of what is going on outside. Jesus, tell them, show them who you are, and bring the judgment of God down on them. Don't let them do this to us.
Barabbas. There's a name for you. Today's execution slate includes this name. That is why I was chosen. The gods favor me today. Barabbas and his kind killed 20 of my brothers in arms. There was never a man more in need of execution than this man, this dog. It will be a pleasure to drive the stakes through his hands and feet. Perhaps my hands won't be as careful as they usually are when I drive the spikes today.
I see Peter over in the shadows. He looks like he's trying to hide. Surely he wouldn't hide from our master. Why doesn't he do something? Peter, why don't you testify on his behalf? As I move closer, I hear someone say, you also were with the Nazarene, Jesus.
I don't know what you are talking about. No, I swear by all that's holy, I don't know this man you're talking about.
The cock crows once, twice. Before this day is out, that scoundrel Barabbas will be hanging on my cross.
No, Peter! Peter the bold, some of us called him. Peter the deserter is more like it.
Oh my Lord, what have I done?
I took prisoner Barabbas as breakfast. He threw it back in my face. Fine, he can fast his last day. Makes no difference to me. He certainly won't get anything as he hangs on the cross for days on end.
I can hear them. They are shouting at him, taunting him, beating him. I hear them clearly, but one voice I do not hear. The voice I long to hear is silent. Jesus, call on God. He could send his angels to rescue you. You said so.
How could I have been so stupid? He said I would do this. What have I done? Why is this happening to me? Before the cock crows, Peter, you'll betray me, Peter. You will all desert me. No, stop. Make it stop.
Orders. Got to report to the high priest's house. The Sanhedrin has a prisoner for us, an insurrectionist. Don't know what we'll do with him. Cells are bursting at the seams as it is.
Oh, Lord, your face. It's bloody. What have they done to you? Where are you taking him? Haven't you done enough? Please, let me cleanse his wounds. Peter, come and help me. Peter. Peter?
I hear Mary's voice. She calls me, but I am running away. Oh, Lord, what have I done? I have to get out of here. If he sees me, he'll know what I've done. Hide. I have to hide.
What's this? Who is this bloody mess? Can this be the insurrectionist? Why, he's nothing but a Galilean rabbi. I've seen him around the city all week. He was really sticking it to the old beards. But he's harmless enough. Well, if a mistake's been made, Pilate will soon have it all straightened out.
I followed them. I stayed back, but I followed. I couldn't get close enough to touch him. It's dawn by now. A cold, gray dawn. I'm so cold. My hands tremble with the cold. My heart is cold.
Now I hide. I wait. I gave up all I had for this kingdom of his. Where is it? Why did he call me? He knew I would fail. How could he do this to me?
Pilate has asked for the prisoner Barabbas. I should assign to others to take him, but I don't want to take a chance on losing him now, so close to the end. My men and I are exhausted. They've bounced the new prisoner back and forth all morning, first to Pilate, then to Herod, then back to Pilate again. No one thinks about the soldiers. Every time we leave the praetorium, we take our lives in our hands. All morning, the crowd around that place has gotten bigger, uglier. I'd better send to the garrison for reinforcements. I'll be relieved when my work for this day is done and Barabbas hangs safely on the tree.
The crush of people. The crowd is incredible. Where is my Lord? What could they be doing to him? There he is.
What is that roar? Is it thunder? No, it's voices. They're yelling something. What are they saying? Barabbas?
No! Inside I groan, but on the outside I remain still, as I train all my men to do. This cannot be. Pilate would free a terrorist, that skulking hyena. How barbaric can these Hebrews be? They call themselves a religious people, yet they would crucify this humble teacher? I think I'm going to be sick.
No.
No. You can't do this. You people cried, Hosanna, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord, just 5 days ago. How can you betray him like this? How can you call him kind one day and deny him now?
Crucify him? Do they know what they demand? Of course they do. Some of Pilate's personal guards have him. Pilate ordered him scourged, 39 strips. How does he still live? He hasn't even yelled. Maybe he'll die before I have to pierce him.
How can he still be alive? He does not speak now. His lips are swollen with thirst. His eyes are swollen shut. I can't bear to look at what they've done to his back. Oh, my dear, sweet Jesus.
I've run away again. I am the worst sort of coward. I want to get away as far as I can from Jerusalem. Home. I just want to go home to Capernaum.
My men will have to fight Pilate's guard for the prisoner. The sun climbs high. While they have their fun, we stand here sweating. They stand in the courtyard mocking him. His head is bloody from the crown they pushed on his head and then tore from him. We've got to get this job underway. It's obvious the prisoner won't be able to carry his cross. But if I assign 2 of my men to the task, we'll never make it through the crowd alive. The prisoner stumbles. Hey, kicking him won't do any good. You 2, hoist him up. You, take this man's cross. I've been on duty since last night. I just want to get this miserable job done.
What do you people expect from him? Of course he can't stand on his feet. Precious Lord, I'm here.
I can't find my way out of the city. The crowd closes in on me. They carry me along. If I stumble now, I'll be trampled. Where are we going?
Golgotha, finally. 2 prisoners already hanging there, dying. Thieves, both of them. Picked the wrong Romans to rob.
It's really going to happen. They will crucify my Lord. I have never seen such a thing. They are carrying him now. He is bloody and bruised. If I hadn't seen for myself how they beat him, I don't think I'd know him now. John! John is here. He comes to stand with me. Mary and Salome are with him.
Golgotha? How did I end up here? I can't be here. I can't see this. I really don't want to see this.
Never saw so many gawkers at an execution. My lieutenant carries the spikes and the mallet. Other centurions give the worst part of the job to others. I never could. Why should my men have to do this? 2 men hold down his arms. They don't have to. He just lies there. Most condemned men close their eyes, turn away. Not him. He looks right at me. I strike once, twice, 3 times. I hate this job.
cross beam to the pole, they secure it. From this distance, I cannot see his face. I'm glad I cannot see his face.
It's dark. How can it be dark so early in the day? The men must be drunk. How else to explain them splitting, the prisoners' torn and bloody rags? Who can blame their drunkenness?
They cast lots for his robe. I see Mary sob. She made that robe for him. She made all of his clothes from the time he was a baby.
Here comes the vultures. The priests, the elders come. They want to see for themselves that he's dying. I wish I could get my hands on their necks.
Quiet now. He speaks.
Dear woman, he says to Mary, here is your son. And to John, here is your mother.
I think he's speaking again. What is he saying?
What is he saying? You there, woman. What is that he's saying?
My God, why have you forsaken me?
It's so dark. What is happening?
What's he saying?
Lieutenant, a drink for the prisoner. Say he's thirsty.
Jesus!
It is finished, he cries out. How can it be? It's not possible for him to be dead already.
It's an earthquake. God, have mercy on me.
Surely, this was the Son of God.
It is finished. Let us go home.